Hello everyone, myself Uday Datrak. I am planning to teach 100 plus security test cases. I will be uploading daily one video. Please subscribe to my channel so that you get alerts. Uh, Search in YouTube for Uday Datrak and you can start seeing my videos. And if you search for my username and if you click on my username, then you could be seeing a separate playlist called 100 Bug Bounty Training Lessons, where you can see every day I'll be uploading at least one video. You go through in order like lesson 0, lesson 1, lesson 2. In my previous two lessons we would have learned how to set up damn vulnerable web application and extremely vulnerable web application. As you guys know that these are wantedly developed with too many bugs within the application. Now we will try to set up PHP applications like 7 to 8 and will not spend more than 10 to 15 minutes on each application. This is very crucial if you want to become a hacker, or if you want, because it's not very tough subject, but 90% of the security tester doesn't know how to deploy web applications. So if you can't deploy web application, that means you can't even become a hacker. If you can deploy web application, that means within short span of time you can also become a secure code review expert, where there are lots of jobs on that too in a single shot. So search in Google for PHP simple login GitHub and you can take every single one. Let's take some random order. I will take the second one. It's called FATSWeb. Now I'm trying to download it. Before downloading we have to see readme. Since we do not have any readme description here, we can directly download this application. Now extract it. The main requirement is now we have WAMP, that means PHP, and it should connect to only MySQL database. Some applications can connect to them like MongoDB, Oracle, PostgreSQL. We don't need it. So simply we can see the code and tell whether which database it is using it. Okay, it's MySQL. So that means we can use this code easily. Now how we can use this particular application? After extracting, we'll just copy this piece of code and we see whether the WAMP is running in the taskbar. We can see it's like green icon, that means WAMP is running fine. We go to C drive, WAMP 64 www folder, we paste it here. You can also change the folder name, but I am putting as it is. Now the interesting thing is here. As soon you extract, the first thing what you need to do is you need to see the database. Here what they have given is the port number 3307, but our WAMP is running on, MySQL is running on 3306 default port, so you don't have to give the port number here. And our default database username is root, password is null. Okay, if you could see here database name is php underscore login underscore database, that means it's the database name. Yes, so remember guys, for PHP whenever you see dollar underscore server, that means it's a variable, and within the single quotes, that means it's a variable value. Okay, now first we need to see whether this particular database name is there or not. For that, what we need to do, we need to open localhost phpMyAdmin. Default username is root, password is blank. Okay, now we connected to the database. We select databases and we cannot see the database name here. That name. We create the database. Create database and copy semicolon. Now we created the database. That means this particular piece of code is working. We now know that root, we have changed the username to root, password is blank as it is, we didn't change, they are as it is, and we checked whether this particular database name is there or not, and we created it. We removed the port number 3307 to default port number. Now this piece of code is exactly correct. Next line. Now we'll try to open the website. Localhost / what is the folder name? Copy that folder name. Append it. Now the website is up and running. Now we have two pages, login page and sign up page. Since we do not have any credentials here, they did not mention in the GitHub here. If they have the credentials, they would have written something in the readme document here in this section. They have written nothing. So we can simply sign up. Davde Datra. Password is something like I'll put password as password. Submit. Success. Sorry, there must be an issue creating an account. This issue is in signup.php page. Now we'll try to open the sign up page. Whenever you type any input, right? Input, it's storing like, how many input fields we have here. Very important, guys. This one is very, very important. Username, enter your email, enter your password. 3 boxes we have. So whenever we fill our input in these boxes, what happens in the backend is don't call it as boxes, we call it as text fields. But for you, just no need to remember those terms, you consider as box itself. So or else text field, yes. So like input type name is equal to type is equal to text. As since we are writing something, that email address will be stored in this email, and whenever you write any password, that will be stored in this variable called password. When you confirm password, that will be stored. When you click on submit, where all these like values will be, username, password will be sent to this particular file, because this is given under action. So let's say within the action, if it is hello.php, so all these 3 input fields values will be sent to this particular file. Okay. After that, it's reading the post request values, insert into users. Okay. So here, as we created the database, we have to create the table name also. Insert table users. Okay. And it has 2 fields, email and password. Okay. And whatever we pass those email and password, that will be stored in this. So now we need to create a insert into table name. We need to create the table name called users. We select databases and we select the database which we created. Create table. What is the table name? Users. And within that, the table has 2 columns. This means insert into user, insert into table name users, and these 2 are columns actually. Okay, now we need to give 2 columns. As soon we give that, it will ask for the details here, like okay, what is the name of the columns here? We need to see within the code. One column name is email, one column name is password. Email, password. Those are not integers, okay? So we can consider it as varchar like characters with the length is 100. Okay. Success. Now within the database we have table users. Within the table we have columns. Nice. Members. Now we'll come back. We'll fill the form once again with an email address, password as password, error. Yeah, successfully created user. That's it, guys. How simple it is. Whenever you download any application from the GitHub, what are the things you need to choose first database name, and then you have to create a table name within the database, and then you have to create the columns, and then you have to see the like port number of the MySQL database is correct or not. You have to change it, and you have to make changes of the MySQL username password as we have done. These are just 5-step process. No matter how big the code is, these are the small things you need to do it. Now we need to see whether we can successfully log in or not. If we get error, then we have to go to this particular file and make changes to the simple now username password. That's okay if it doesn't log in, that's fine. Okay, sorry, those credentials do not match. Parameter must be an array. Maybe I did not create properly. Okay, successfully created new user. The parameter must be an array, that object that applies. First we see whether the details we are inserted within the record or not. phpMyAdmin users. Okay, yes, nice. See, we have entered whatever we entered, those details they are filled, but if you see the password is not storing as a plain text, they hashed and they stored securely. So that's a very good thing. Now this is very important code for you guys. So next time if you want to develop any registration page for any other clients, you can simply take this piece of code and tell the client that okay, you should not store the password in plain text. You can use this example and store it. But now let's see what is the error we are coming across. Oh guys, now we almost covered 10 minutes, so you know how to change the small things, right? So you guys try to change by yourself. Now I just want to stop this particular lesson here. I don't want to go beyond 10 to 15 minutes. If you come across any issues, do let me know. This is very simple, this particular application. Now